CLG right now seeing if he can work his magic, but those rockets are doing a number on the shield, contesting it fully. The leap in happens there. iShiny just trying to search for an opportunity. Bio is going to get committed, doesn't actually quite find a kill, but Hyped is going to get demeched out. They're playing back behind the point so far, but not actually finding the openings they really require here, Sideshow.
They're taking down the Tracer though, so that removes any possibility of a flank. They can purely focus on the engagement forwards now, but they're finding it difficult to get anybody in a position where they can deal with hydration. Agility's though with a pick, and that takes down the Winston immediately.
Player finally, Verbo brings down huge Earth Shatter from the side of Nomi. 2 players, the pin charge will find Waffletastic, but here comes the resurrect, the reset of the fight now. CLG looking to take it even further, but is it going to be enough? Self-destruct once again comes out, but this time for the side of Immortals, and not finding the picks, but CLG certainly are, as they are popping off left, right, center. Hyped, one of the last man standing, just trying to contest the point for as long as he possibly can, but it will be Mikado is the one to bring him down eventually, and this will be a full-on cap, and we are going to move into this street phase.
Jatta reply coming in from Nomi. This self-destruct could catch a couple of them, but iShiny's there with the shield. They use another ultimate as well. The Nano Boost goes out onto Miso, but so far CLG have just got nothing from it.
Yeah, that was really, really risky. Nomi did an excellent job of bucking off that Earth Shatter still. They're going to be using a Nano Boost on Hyped. Don't know if I agree with that, but they're trying to win the tail end of this fight. Was that really necessary? Possibly not. It was only 2 more players remaining. Though. 14 seconds, yeah. I always get stuck up on this. That is at no time really for CLG to try and make a play. They've got ultimates to use, but they're fully playing them all the way into their spawn points. They're moving in. The charge comes in the last minute attempt by iShiny. They're moving with the Blizzard as well, but Grim Reality has already taken down so many players, so it is too little, too late, and it will be lines a little bit, just playing with their food almost, it feels like, just waiting for the right opportunity to go in. That is a kill as Zenyatta Aethan picks up Waffletastic. Haven't really seen that in a while, but there we go. Picks up the initial kill. Agilities follows it up with a quick and easy, dirty little frag. Headshots onto Mikado. Will bring down another player. Agilities, a swift strike combo into Miso as he demechs him. And this is looking like a decent attempt by Immortals to get this attack. Still, frags being popped off on either side right now, as they're not really focusing down the appropriate players, but with the going down.
Use a sitting duck, so it's on Immortals to try and engage here. Agility's 97%. Nomi's the first one to get a little bit of position, but Barrage comes in onto Nomi, see if he can leap away from that into the air, gets sliced and diced. But Nomi falls. Agilities picks up 2-3 now with his Dragon Blade that he managed to get a lot of value out of. He has been picked on 90%, getting close to the ultimate there, but not enough to save the rest of the team.
Styling on them. Immortals, they go for this last push here. Waffletastic is going to go down. The Primal Rage is used by iShiny to contest to the best of their abilities. He's now going to jump straight back in, but he's almost going to be made into mincemeat almost immediately. Mikado, again, another last-ditch effort as they're trying to run on. It's just the stragglers at this point from the side of CLG, just buying as much time as they possibly can, as all the members of Immortals are currently up, waiting for them, and they are going to be able to get the cap for this first point on Archenvolt. So they move into the streets phase now. Verbo on the cart himself, just pushing it all the way in. The Primal Rage is going to get used here by iShiny to just contest the point to the best of his abilities, but Nomi's got one of his own, and he's just made basically Waffletastic into mincemeat once again, pummeling them down. He knocks Miso off as well in the mech, so he's claiming kill after kill here. Hydration utilizes the barrage into the backlines there as well, so they have brought down Verbo, and that is going to be a missing sound barrier. Mikado ends up falling to the self-destruct as well. One of the scrappiest fights again that we're seeing in these street phases. This Resurrect comes out from the side of CLG to try and bring these remaining players up, and it looks like it might be a successful defense, but with the overtime ticking over, Immortals are forced to use the ultimates. They need to get onto the cart. They use the sound barrier to try and buy some precious time. Verbo's trying his hardest, but I think right now it is too little too late, and CLG will be able to claim Eichenwald with a very, very solid defense in the street phase. They were playing the spawners so well that game.
Yeah, they definitely work. He's working his way up to the top left at the moment, see if he can pick that one off. See at what point they choose to engage.
Verbo gets the boop off onto iShiny there. The self-destruct is going to come out. Waffletastic brings down Nomi as well. Still this fight looking okay for them. Grim Reality going to get destroyed by the barrage, but Agilities meets him head on with another rocket of his own. There's that Resurrect that we were waiting for. CLG going to be resetting the fight now from Immortals. Immortals still trying to take it, but they're losing all of their players. Agilities is forced back off into the streets when there's overtime ticking over. It's just Verbo left on the point to contest it. Already half-time onto it. The Primal Rage does come out from Nomi, but it's really a last-ditch effort to try and buy some time for the rest of his team to come into this. They do not have any ults to use. There's no Resurrect on Aethan waiting to be popped in. No heroes never die today, at least. And CLG, all they got to do is pick up these stragglers, and they will find that they full hold Immortals. That is incredible.
To try and pinch up top, they don't really have a base of positions because they're playing with the Lucio and the Mercy. So instead, much more down to how they deal with this Pharah.
Trying to bring him down. but they are struggling, so to speak. Hydration is just free to rain down these rockets from above. Nice Shiny brings down Nomi as well. The point's going to get contested momentarily, but they are finding the kills on the side of CLG as well, as they're just flooding through. Agilities gets the D-Mech on, but Hydration is on a mad one. He brings down
they're capping the point as well. They only need 33%. It's almost there.
So
it's contested.
Close. Unbelievable. They're just trying to bring him down desperately, but this Pharah Mercy combo is going to be popping off the barrage, but too little too late. They didn't contest the point enough, and that will be pack section of the point, so it maybe wouldn't have worked out just as well for them, so they're experimenting with it. I definitely do like it. We'll see if it works out in their favor though, as we're leading into this first round. Yeah,
the problem is that they have to give up all of this position because they're playing against a dive team that's also got quite a bit of poke. Whoa, they come back in now though, and CLG just destroy Aethan and D-Mech hyped. They're picking off all of the tanks, focusing them down. Now they've got to deal with some slippery DPS, but once you're in a 3v6 situation, I mean, there's...
Now they're going to be initiating into the back lines. Immortals trying to make it happen. Nomi is just running down the supports, but he's going to get taken out by Waffletastic. A great flashbang combo finds the kill. The Deadeye is going to be utilized here. Going to be trying to find a kill or two, but I think Immortals are slowly but surely bringing this one back.
Yeah, although they got the first pick on them, they're playing a dive composition that can attack from anywhere. Oh, Agility's actually popped out his Dragon Blade there, but got taken out. Thankfully, he keeps it, gets refunded. And Mikado goes down as well when he had the sound barrier available, so players falling. Wow. Look at that, Earthshatter picked up two, but he's not going to get there in time. Gets taken out by that DPS Lucio.
Ultimates they've got to use. If Agilities moves into the back and they bring down Mikado almost instantly, it's going to be a one fight for them, but they're making it happen. Waffletastic actually finds the kill onto Afin. Agilities goes down as well, so this is a great fight for CLG to take. They're moving all the way in. They're picking up all the right targets as well before they can get any of their ultimates off, and this should be another recontention, and they are going to be able to get the point as Hype is the last man standing.
I don't know whether Hydration dropped from above there or just came from...
It needs to not get 8 in the end, and he gets it. He collects it. That's going to be moving on to all three of them right now on Immortals. Verbo ends up getting a Samara off, though, and they find the kill as well. And was that a sleep dart I saw as well coming out from them? Immortals just turning it around. They pick up 3 kills. They're going to take the fight in the outer area now. Miso's going to get ran down. It's just Mikado, and he tries to basically escape. Agilities is hot on his heels, trying to take this 1v1 against the DPS Lucio, just running around circles. Agilities still popping off. Finds a kill onto Waffletastics, and this will be the recap with 94% remaining for Transcendence. So they're in a very, very solid position to get this retake now. So Immortals are going to be sweating as they're moving into this. Shiny with the great Turf Shatter connects onto 3 of them. That's what we like to see. The pulse bomb from Waffletastic is just the icing on the cake as Verbo is going to fall. The Nano Boost, just for added extra measure, goes on to Miso to bring down these stragglers. The point is flipped, and with 99% overtime ticking over, I think this is firmly round number 1 going to be once again going to CLG. They have played outstandingly.
Wow. Well, Mercy plus the Tracer with the D.Va Winston comp. I mean, both Farah's just going to be trading kind of spam onto the rest of their team at the moment. And for the moment, it does look like CLG's got a good engage, but Miso's been demeched and is instantly going to fall.
Immortals got an early advantage there when it came to the health pool. The healers just could not keep up. CLG were getting absolutely battered there. As you can see, the remnants of the players, basically the stragglers, just dropping off the edge. And as the point unlocks, it will be Immortals to claim the first round for this one. So as they are looking to win this, the ultimates, Nomi and Grim Reality actually died there without popping off their own ultimates in the midst of all this. So they do have an opportunity to recap this, but Immortals honestly are doing an incredible job of staggering this out. They are not giving them any room, and look at that, it's 99% overtime ticked over. That is
this delay
pretty
is
insane.
Crazy. It's crazy coming out from Immortals. They managed to take this all the way to 99. They can back off now. You know, they don't need to even Chinese ultimate out. So there's so many things that could potentially go wrong for them as this point starts getting ticked up by CLG. Big fight around the point here. A rocket barrage coming in from Agility. He's going to find a couple of them. Huge amount of damage done to iShiny and Mikado. There's the res coming in. Ethan's still got his in the back pocket and uses it. So a fair 6v6 fight, but Hype's the first to fall. It does look like Immortals are getting the better end of this one. In the end, though, they've got both of their DPS players alive. iShiny uses that, which is a little bit questionable. Oh, didn't even get back in.
Just jumps off it. The overtime, they get the recap. That's actually such a big mistake. iShiny was trying to focus down Agilities on the fire, and he's ended up leaving the point for it. Now the rest of his team is moving in. They do have a few ultimates to use. The self-destruct, I believe, gets popped off. Indeed, it does. Miso going to be seeing if he can claim a kill. Not quite. Still the fight being taken to the fully limits of this entire match. There's no Resurrects to try and reset the fight on either side here. It's a mismatch of abilities right now. Grim Reality collects the kill onto D. Mikado gets the D-Mech as well onto Hyped. But are they really going to be able to do this? What a post bomb by Waffletastic. That could be it. He potentially may have just turned this fight around. That is insane. He brings down Verbo. That is a crucial pick. Lucio not going to be able to get those heals off, and they will be able to recap it. That was huge.
Oh, there's 5 seconds left essentially here. They might just get players in. If they get a speed boost from Verbo or potentially get agilities in the play, they could have contested that, but just not going to be able to. The boop comes in there onto Nomi, and Waffletastic turned that fight.
Yeah, different sides of the point going to be taken by both these teams, and they're immediately fighting in the, basically in the, right in the thick of it, essentially, as iShiny finds the first kill onto Nomi. Verbo's in the back lines, but he might be mincemeat as he should get ran down, but no, there's new Lucio heals coming in handy. He gets healed up in a very rapid fashion. Still, not many kills being popped off on either side, but Grim Reality finally decides to change that in his favor. CLG, though, they get the cap, and they get this first point. Are they going to be able to hold on to it, though? That is the question. Still early days, D is going to fall, which means it's not going to be building up that resurrection for CLG. And Immortals look to be in the driving seat for now. As they pick up the final few members of this team, they are going to get the
They were in the driving seat almost the whole time on.
They should just get a bit of touching time on it. Now they're going to be moving in with the soundbar as well, so CLG got a bit of more extra health to try and make some magic happen. They can try and take it away from Immortals in a 3-0 sweep, we will soon see, but this is really now all the Immortals show. They're trying to find these kills. Miso is destroying them right now on the Diva roll, finding the kills, the overtime ticking over. There's no resurrect available for Immortals, and it will be CLG finally getting the cap for the second time this game. There's a long way to go, and no
Tracer does in these situations, but they've also got the ult on Nomi as well, so if things start going south, it can delay for a long time, and that pick on the Miso to start off is going to be great, as Agility starts off with a barrage as well, which instantly gets him killed, but that resurrect is there to get him straight back in the fight.
Oh, and he dies! Wait, he dies! That's insane, he just got the res. It's so unfortunate for CLG, but Immortals now to get the recap. The overtime ticks down. It's just Waffletastics against the world. He's not going to be able to do it. Miso now tries to play the point. The post bomb comes on, they boop him back, but he's just a little baby diva. What can he realistically do? iShiny moves into the back. Finally, the spawn is going to be coming up from this. It's going to take one hell of a stagger for CLG to have any chance of trying to hold this off for now. Mikado, now it's his turn to try and die onto the point. Tries to get it off. That's a res from D. This could have turned it around. They're trying to make it work. Barrage pops off by Hydration, but he only claimed one kill before going down. Now comes the sound barrier for the side of Immortals. It's the final moments of this fight. They pick up 2 more kills apiece. The self-destruct used. Is he going to claim any kills? Not quite. The overtime ticks over. And that will be Immortals claiming a much-needed round. We would have easily pinned Immortals to be the victors here, and they're just showing us completely what's what now. Moving in, it's going to be the tank compositions battling it out. Good bio grenade from the side of CLG does put the anti-heal onto all of them, and they are going to trade a few kills. Waffletastic popping off, claims 2 kills, hyped in agility, falling, but Grim Reality responds of his own. A little bit of doses of Tracer. I think it is Waffletastic who does come out on top in the end. Hydration with a beautiful right click brings down Verbo, and the point is now unlocked. Oh, Nomi, that was a pretty decent fire strike, and he has actually bought some time. Yeah, they're trying to go for it.
The interesting thing here is that Immortals have decided to run with a more tanky composition, which is more the style that seems to favor them. It's where they've been historically more comfortable when they've been playing around the tanks. Agilities and Grim Reality on heroes that they're comfortable with as well in the 2-2-2, and it's much more even. There's
been this edge that's been closer and closer. Now we're going to see the Nano Blade, I believe, popped off indeed onto Agilities, but he's not finding any kills. He's searching for the targets, but he can't quite get onto it. We're going to see Hydration using the whole hug to its fullest advantage, just pushing him all the way back. The point still being contested at about 3/4 of the way down so far. Waffletastic gets, I should say, Hydration with the hook combo onto Hype, claims that 1 kill, and it should be CLG realistically taking this contested, because they haven't even got the cap here. They're still moving in. We see Agilities with the Dragon Blade, moves into the back, doesn't quite get the kill, but it's going to be the charge from Nomi that brings down iShiny in the end. The hook combo, Agilities finally brings down Miso, and they are looking to recap this. Immortals still trying to put in the work. Hydration pops off the whole hook to try and zone them out to the best of his abilities, but Immortals are really just playing like a concise unit, and they have turned this around fully. Grim Reality still staying alive. Pulse bombs coming off all over the place. iShiny that was one of the last man standing onto the point, and he's going to be mincemeat to that pulse bomb. 600 burst damage is no match for the Reinhardt. Tracer roll.
Well, they need to go huge here. Look,
he moves into the back, he connects it, but he doesn't quite find the kill. The overtime ticking over here, trying to find the fight here. It's a great graviton, I should say, as he connects it onto 2. Grim Reality picks up a 3k to post bomb with the rest of his clip damage, brings down D, and with the sound barriers coming down, the Earth Shatter as well. It's just the final moments of the fight. It's Immortals are going to be able to take a second round. Surely we're not going to see a reverse sweep here.
Oh, the comeback is real. Totally different composition here, Brent.
Absolutely, they're switching it up. They're going to be going for this more tanky composition. They've got D on Zen and Hydration on the Roadhog, trying to find these hooks if they potentially can. It's going to be Hyped who's taken out of his mech almost immediately. Waffletastic is the one to bring that one down, and Hydration finds the kill onto the Baby Diva as well. Now the point's going to get contested, trying to not give them the time, but Immortals do end up actually getting this cap, and iShiny does go down, but it is Waffletastic with the big flank around, brings down agilities, much needed. They're trying to focus down agilities on the Pharaoh, which is really their weakest point in the previous round when they were playing in this one section of Lijiang Tower, and look at that, CLG.
In these last 2 rounds, he's been performing really well.
Yeah.
But at the moment, Immortals are giving them way too much position. And here comes the dead eye. See if Waffletastic can get anything out of that. Just zoning them out for the moment. Actually, that's going to deny any build-up towards the Resurrect and make sure that it's taken out of this entire fight. But players are still falling here. 3 players down for CLG, and it looks like even without that Mercy Resurrect, Immortals are going to be able to reclaim the point back and forth so far. But that just
to try and initiate it in, need to move their way all the way around. The sound barrier now used on the side of Immortals. Self-destruct going to be used as well. Waffletastic ends up falling for the side of CLG. They're trying to find these kills. They're getting popped off all over the place. Affin does die without the Resurrect, bearing in mind, but they're still digging in deep. Immortals trying to find the opportunities. Shiny with the Primal Rage does collect the kill onto Nomi. Miso with the follow-up as well. They might be able to flip this if they really just try their hardest here. They're finding the kills. This hype is going to go down. Grim Reality is the last pesky problem that's left onto this point. Now Verbo is forced off. The overtime's still ticking on, but it will be the reset there. And the point is flipped over to CLG. Just when they...
onto Nomi, as iShiny's got onto the Reinhardt as well, just to try and hold on to this point for as long as they possibly can.
They have the res available on F, and they're going to be using it almost immediately to try and reset this fight. As soon as they got that kill onto Hydration, moving in with the barrage as well. Good sleep down to agilities, brings him down to an early nap there. Going to be trying to pop off these kills. It's the Earth Shatter from Nomi. It collects him onto 2. Immortals are trying to bring it back. The post-bomb used for good measure. Really, CLG, they've got nothing to try and contest this with. It's all up to the side of Miso to try and contest it for as long as he possibly can. The recap comes out. CLG have got to try and stall this to the best of their abilities. Immortals are so close to coming back. The ultimate reverse sweep. Waffletastic tries to play the point. It's one man against the world once again. They move in. The self-destruct gets used. iShiny has made his way onto the point. But really, at this point, it's too little, too late, as they are just dropping like flies. One last attempt here by Miso to try and make it work, but really, what can one man do on the D.Va? He's going to move up, D-Mech himself again. He's doing an excellent job of stalling, I will be honest, and Hydration does manage to find his way onto the point as the Tracer as well, but Nomi with the Fire Strike will put an end to it, and there you have it. The reverse sweep from Immortals. What a storyline to kick point even further. So it's going to be a really, really tough ask, I think, for Immortals here.
Yeah, they have to put pressure onto these supports and try and trade 2 for 1 in terms of the support ults, and then they'll have it better for the next time. So Aethan goes in. V replies, so both Transcendences being used. If they can put pressure on Mikado, now would be the perfect time. And they do, so the support ultimate comes out. And we'll see whether they decide to invest more. The Dragon Blade didn't really get much from it, and Aethan's actually the first to fall in terms of actual casualties in this fight. So that would be a good time, I think, just to disengage for the rest of Immortals. See what more you can just carry out in a dry push, and then re-engage with the sound barrier afterwards. But for now, CLG are shredding them.
Yeah, that's really well played. Positioning, they're moving in with the sound barrier, trying to initiate them in, trying to take the fight into this small little cafe area, but the fight is thoroughly going into the favor right now of the side of CLG. They've already lost 2 of their players. Nomi is on an absolute mad one, finding all of these kills. Hydration goes for the hook, but can't quite get the kill onto Nomi like he hoped. And, well, there we have it. It will be the point skipping over to the side of Immortals. He's in a bit of trouble. He's going to get assaulted on there by the burst damage of the side of Agilities. Agilities now has his Dragon Blade if he wants to pop it off. Indeed, he will, using it to his full potential. Swift Strike straight up into the air. Can't quite claim the kill onto Hydration like he was hoping. But now it's got to the point where Immortals are at a bit of a disadvantage because their spawners are actually quite far away from where the defenders are. So defending around this checkpoint can be absolutely disastrous. And with the overtime ticking over here, Sideshow, I think it's almost going to be too little too late. But they are finding the picks. Let's see if D can build up that res. He's so close to it. He's desperately trying to find it. He can't quite do it. Surely not. If Immortals actually managed to get this cap, Waffletastic is trying his hardest to contest it to as long as he possibly can. But there you go. It will be the cap. And that is also correct. Only 15 seconds on the clock, so really, they've got to try and utilize it as a hook. Comes out onto Hyped, forces out the sound barrier. Now we're going to see the whole hog used. Meanwhile, Agility's in the back line with the Dragon Blade. He's found 1 kill onto Mikado. Is he going to be able to claim any more? It's actually Grim Reality with the combo of Agilities. They're running this all the way in. It's a 6-man wipe. We didn't hold the bell ring, but they are really showing no signs of slowing down whatsoever. And Nomi has the Earth Shatter if he needs it to try and clear them off into this final point. I gotta say, it is looking almost like curtains for the side of CLG right now. And there you have it. Didn't even need to use the Earth Shatter in the final moments. They're just going to push it all the way in. Here by CLG, Shiny just taking the positionings, Hydration making movements. He's actually found a little perch up there, trying to rain down these rockets wherever possible. Nomi going to be charging away back into the cafe area. They want to be trying to take a fight there. That is a great hook coming out by Agilities. Doesn't quite claim the kill into Hydration like he had hoped. Point is going to get contested. Still not one tick on the side of CLG, but they're forcing this tank composition of Immortals back into the cafe. Another great hook. Doesn't actually quite get connected. Fantastic finding the kills. He claims a second one onto Nomi. These tanks are getting absolutely torn to shreds in the midst of all this. Fire Grenade is going to kill iShiny off. And still the point being capped up. 2 ticks already for them. Pulse Bomb gets knocked back. Fantastic claiming that one onto Verbo. It's going to be the Nano Boost used onto the side of Grim Reality as a final moment. I think that was a last-ditch effort really to try and get that get the point back under their control.
Clutch. That tempo, Immortals are holding strong.
CLG trying to move in. Once again, initiating with the iShiny on the Winston. Hydration in the back, raining down a damage-boosted rocket. It's going to be Nomi as the first casualty. He does end up falling to Waffle-Tastics. He's going to shred him down with the 2 guns he is holding. Still trying to work their way onto the point. Hydration with the rocket barrage. Claims 1 kill with a normal rocket onto Aethan and finishes it up with Grim Reality as well. And I think this will finally be the turning point. There's no Resurrect to turn the tide and tempo of this fight. They are going to be able to get this first cap. It's looking a bit too close for comfort. They're trying to reset it up on the side of CLG. Going to bring down these players if they can. It's going to be a few trades here and there, but Immortals are looking pretty strong so far on the defense. They've got a good grasp on the situation, but they just can't really contest this high ground. That's what Hype's there for. Moves forward with the Diva, searches for an opportunity or 2, but he is going to go down in the end. In fact, Hype actually, I think, ended up killing Miso there with his soup cooldown. Funnily enough, Hydration still, they've got nothing to take care of his damage boosted rockets, and this is becoming a real problem for them, as he just claims and
already used his, so he doesn't have anything to reply with. Grim Reality though, Nano Visor from the top, see if he can get any value out of this, but Miso's eating it all.
That's honestly insane. Miso with the Diva kick, using that defense matrix, really just holding down that right click, I think, as hard as he possibly can to avoid that nano boost or the nano visor. Still, it's the tail end of this fight, and the Immortals are getting a respawn again. What an Earth Shatter! Connects onto 3. Can they find the kills? Grim Reality's in a bit of trouble. Has to work his way around here. Agilities is still on the point as the Tracer. This could be signs of life for them. The D-Mech comes out. Hydration gets the hook combo onto Hyped once again. Still trying to fight this to the bitter end. Triumph really realistically trying to do it. My God. Nomi now, this is so desperate now for CLG because there's only a few seconds left, 12 remaining. It's going to be popping off that whole hog on the side of Hydration, pushing them back to the best of his abilities. Nomi has the Earth Shatter. He might just lead it in hard, tries to connect it, only gets it onto 1, which is Miso. But they have nobody to try and contest this in the final moments. The overtime will tick down. Surely they're not going to be able to do this now. Immortals, they found 2 kills. The Nano Boost is going to get popped off as well onto Nomi. He defends it well. The shield is raised. The Self-Destruct is going to do absolutely naught. And I think the cherry on top is that tactical visor by Grim Reality is going to clear them off the point, and I cannot believe it. Immortals have taken a second map. They've brought it all the way back. Is this truly going to be? See if they can find an opening or 2. They're going to be trying to jump onto Hydration, bring him down, but he's going to get healed up by D. Keeping him nice and tip-top shape. Grim Reality claims the first blood, however. Waffle-Tastic ends up going down to the Helix Rocket. It's a mixture of kills, but I think it is ultimately looking like it's being favored currently for the side of Immortals on this defense. They're trying their hardest, but still nothing to take care of the Hydration sort of Fire Mercy combo, and he's just raining down these absolute devastating rockets. Finding any opportunities here. Nomi is the last man standing on this point, and Hydration is just slamming down in these choke points with these rockets. Nomi's going to be a late death as well. This will be the cap for them, and I think really there's not really any chance of getting contested here with that late death from Aethan as well.
That should have gone much better for Immortals, I feel. They played the positioning really well. They played inside the rooms instead of straying onto the point. The Agilities was putting out a huge amount of damage once they actually got in there. Agilities is going to be a little bit crucial, though. On the Soldier 76, Verbo's already taken down as well. He tried to pop off that sound barrier, but isn't going to be able to. And the res is going to come in. They've also got the sound barrier to chain into it.
This is going to be beautiful for them. They've got very, very high HP pulls here. They're finishing off the stragglers. They're getting the point of it. It is getting contested by Agilities, but he's going to get absolutely destroyed on that Somber Roll. Just trying to stagger out for as long as he possibly can. Now they're going to be moving in. The sound barrier comes in. It's a Nano Boost popped off onto Grim Reality as well. He's got some big shoes to fill right now on that Tracer roll. Needs to be hitting all of his shots off, but he's just not quite getting the impact that I think they needed. It's already gone to a second tick now in his final second point here for the side of CLG. Moving even further forward in. It looks like it's slowly but surely is slowly changing the tide of the battle, but with those final kills, Agility falling to the self-destruct. Still being contested, mind you, but not nearly, I think, is enough. And they are fully in stall mode right now. See Ethan on the May. He's going to go down pretty quickly. The cap is going their way. One last effort of trying to contest this. Hype has managed to waddle his way onto the point on the Winston. Just trying to play the corner to the best of his abilities. But CLG are just working around his cooldown so well. Not letting anyone really get past them. And with that, one final attempt. They've just switched to May again. This is unreal stall tactics coming out. You really only see it to this extent in the Apex games. They're just trying their hardest. Is this going to be it? Is indeed. They do get the second.
CLG was so quick that they still have 4 minutes and 6 seconds on the clock.
Very difficult game for Immortals to try and pull out now. Here's them on the attack. Moving in. Whoa. That's a great combo. Waffletastic did not stand a chance. The call was made. The damage was there. Agilities moves in with the Swift Strike combo, brings him down without a hinge. And now they're moving even further forward in. Nomi brings down Ice Shiny. These are 2 big pickoffs. Make it a third as Mikado falls. I think it's pretty much curtains on the get-go. There's no way they're going to be able to stagger out this one. And it was all off the back of that initial Waffletastics pick.
Agilities is on fire right now. He has been destroying them. The focus calls between him and Nomi have been more on point in that single fight than they were in the whole of the rest of Immortals playing dive. And Hype was doing his job as well. We'll see now as he moves in with this Graviton around the right-hand side. Jumping up, self-destruct that he has to dodge as well. Nomi tries to block that one, does manage to get it, but he's down to 100 health. 74 puts shield onto himself and knocks it down. It hasn't been easy. So there's the first step already. See if there's a follow-up. Nomi with a nano boost. And they've got the whole hog into it, and they are finding all of these kills. Pulse Bomb comes out, but it's only iShiny left, and he is on
he has
the
a res. And they're going to stall it up. This is exactly what they needed to do here. D also has the Resurrect to use to try and turn this fight around on the defense side here. They're losing a few players here and there. D is carefully hiding, waiting for the time to go in, and there's the Resurrect. It's going to be a reset. Full 6 men. Sandbarrier gets popped off by Immortals here. They want to try and take this in one fell swoop. Nomi also has the Earth Shatter. He's just about got it up, but the players are just falling like flies on the side of CLG. Final 30 seconds. Doesn't even need to use the Earth Shatter to try and take this fight as the ticks come up. Unless they manage to stall it out. He's tried to pop it off, but they've actually landed on the point and they get pushed off. And it will be the cap. They get the extra time, so they've got a minute left by CLG. They're really giving up a lot of room here. Immortals trying to basically take the fight straight to them. The high ground is going to get contested here. They've got Miso to back them up as well. Agility is going to be doing a decent amount of work. They will find the first kill as Mikado is going to fall there. Nomi getting a crucial one there onto the Lucio. And now they're going to take the fight, I believe, onto the point here. Hype is doing a decent job, actually, of keeping the Farah Mercy combo off them into the back lines for Immortals to try and go in off. And this is looking like a better fight for them, but CLG are defending this actually very well as well, because they're not losing the players like I think Immortals are really hoping for right now. As I say that, they do finally lose they lose Ice Shiny. The kills are finally going to start to flow in as the ticks coming up. They do finally have 2 as well, so very crucial times for them. And just in the nick of time, they've got 30 seconds here, Josh. This is looking really tough.
One step at a time, Brent. They've got 30 seconds and they don't really have any ultimates to chain together. Verbo's the closest to any kind of ultimate that's going to be decent to sync up with Agility's Dragon Blade, but they need to get massive value out of that. To be fair, they've actually demeched Miso immediately.
This is big.
That's a really aggressive play from Miso, but these got the Resurrect, so they can use that at any point as well.
They're moving in now. Hydration goes in with the barrage. Actually, it's going to go down to the boot from Verbo. Sandbarrier now popped off as well. Immortals do not want to give this up, but they've got to play their hearts out. They want any chance of this. Here comes the Resurrect from CLG, looking to defend it. Self-destruct gets sent straight up into the air. The Primal Rage from Ice Shiny putting in work as well, as Agilities is going to fall at the start of this engagement, just as he popped off his Dragon Blade, so he's not going to be getting anything from it. Moving even further forward in. CLG looking for the defense. It's taking it to the 3rd round. Immortals, all their hopes and dreams lie on this last final push, but they're losing so many players so quickly, and that'll be it. They only managed to collect 3. Find an opening. Quite passive positioning, but that is not what you want to see. Grimreality immediately goes down to the rocket boosted, the damage boosted rocket, I should say, of Hydration. And look for further frags in the end, trying to take this air-to-air battle with them head on. Ice Shiny brings down Avon, and a great mid-air by Hydration. Excellent air shots, picking off these players time and time again. CLG looking incredibly strong as they're pushing into the final moments here. They are looking super strong. Are they going to try and contest this though, Sideshow? That's the question. I don't think you can.
They're throwing the last player of Grim in, who got that really early spawn because he got the really early death, but now, I mean, that's not even that much time ticked off the clock.
No,
here. This is still going to be really deadly territory for Immortals. CLG have now got, what, over 4 minutes to be able to capture 1 point, or not even capture 1 point, but 1 tick.
He ended up as a draw in the end, and I believe goes to the tiebreaker map, but Hydration leads it in with Verbo. Finds that first initial kill. iShiny onto Afen as well. This is huge for them. CLG, this is the biggest opportunity that he's ever had here. Nomi's going to follow through. Hydration pops off the barrage. Claims one. The self-destruct will bring Hydration down as he couldn't exit out of the barrage. The pulse one comes out, but great bubble by iShiny. They can't bring this up now. They can't give it up. The tick's coming down, and they are going to be able to do it. CLG take map number 5. GG is called. What an incredible series. Immortals was so